until you feel better because we can't keep having people get sick.
Yeah, right. But kicking things off here on St. Marie. Splyce going up against Unilad. Who do you want to kick things off with?
I want to kick things off with Tommy, the man who was going absolutely bonkers yesterday in the matches. I think someone that's vastly improved this year compared to last. Sky camera will show this team rushing right down this middle street as we get ready to kick off day one, or game one of day two.
Well, here we go. On board with Tommy, PPSH in hand as they're going to flood into bottom middle. Fellow gets the opening kill, trying to trade that. It's going to be Tommy who does back up one with his grenade and gets the better of Shawnee by getting into a nice position. Tommy and team should be able to rack up a good amount of time here. One player did hit the flank all the way through. Felony has not been able to clean him up yet. Moose did win the gunfight, but was finally traded out. All the points to Splyce, and this is pretty familiar territory for a break on St. Marie.
And look at your minimap. Look where Bance has already got himself. He snuck past two. Now he's trying to look for this player in mid-building. Unfortunately, can't spot him.
But look where he spawns Mad Cat.
Yep, they do spawn at the new hard point. Great job from Splyce to not only get the majority of the hill time so far, but also lock down the spawns for the new hill. It looks like they'll still try to contest for middle. Tommy, the last one here. He's got 3 players on the bottom half of this hard point, but either way, solid start for Splyce.
And remember last time we saw Tommy play this map yesterday, he started out 5-0, 6-0, and was fully streaked out through the first hard point. So kind of picking up right where he left off there. Unfortunately, falls 1 kill short as Shawnee was below him. Shawnee just snaps onto a second as well. Is this the opportunity they need to break? Bance, though, wanting nothing to do with it. One player did get into ammo. There's actually 2 that are pressure here. Mad Cat and Bance off spawn have some work to do.
Another rough timing this time for Mad Cat as he rotates, giving up ammo, but thankfully he's able to snap back on the second. 3 dead, make it 4. Tommy holds the front, and the scream to follow. Maven, the scoreboard from the last St. Marie that they played yesterday, very similar to what we see right now. Mad Cat, Bance, Tommy, all leading and slaying. Fellow struggling a little bit, but if he can pick it up, I think Splyce will run away with this map.
Yeah, that's one thing to point out. This is a map they lost, what, about 250 to 200? They maybe were able to pull out a win if it wasn't for a game from Felony where he was, I think it was 11-29, right in that ballpark to end. So if he can turn it around here, and he's going to need to as he's 1-5, this is certainly a game they should be able to take. And again, they were going against a superior opponent in United too.
Yep. Right now, Luskin also with a slow start for himself. Only 2 streaks currently selected for Scraps.
That's a big deal because Scraps was the guy consistently getting streaks for them yesterday. He had some big plays in CTF with them, some big plays in Hardpoint, and now he's not going to have a fighter pilot to work with in this map.
Can we go to Luskin for a moment? Okay, so he does have them. I just want to make sure. I thought there was 2 players that didn't have that on. But yeah, Scraps missing arguably the most important streak of them all on fighter pilot. Unilad down by about 40 seconds. Splyce holding off the first push, but here comes a second wave of players now as they begin to flood towards this parking lot hardpoint.
Bance is just lighting them up right now. 2 kills in a row. Then able to tag up 1 on an assist. And here comes the rotation from Unilad. So this is going to be a perfect hold in parking lot. Can we hop over to Felony? Felony's going to be a nice position here. Disrupt the setup from Unilad. They're not ready for this at all. Scraps almost gets the better of them. They do have a second player there to at least trade it out. But you're not going to have that optimal setup like you were hoping for.
I feel like this is exactly what Unilad were hoping for if they picked this map. You know, Felony falling a little bit behind and slaying, but again, the other 3 players are just so dominant right now in this game, though, that it does not matter really what numbers Felony puts up. As long as he kind of remains just involved in getting in the objective, they'll be in a great spot. Shawnee trying to hold this front. Unilad down by about a minute.
All right, this is Unilad's chance. They can really get a nice strong hold here. They'll be right back in it, and Shawnee, a big part of that is he's pushed the streak now out to 4. Halfway to streaks is also Luskin. Can one of these guys pick them up? But this has been, was a perfect parking lot for Splyce, now answered by a near flawless lookout post, at least thus far. Still 30 seconds here, but really great stuff. And Splyce can keep taking cracks at this because we're going to restaurant next. They don't need to set up super early. Well, actually now, I would say with 20 seconds left and all of them getting wiped and spawning out, you kind of have to give it up. So this is going to be, someone get back on the hard point, please, from Unilad. Thank you.
There you go. They'll get the final 12 seconds. Big thing to take note of, Luskin currently 1 kill off of earning a couple of those streaks. We'll have to see if he can get him now, challenging multiple players. Felony peaks. He'll back on up. No one wanted to give up this final kill to Luskin to earn 2 of those score streaks. And it looks like, yeah, he's going to wait things out, but oh, look at... Tommy doesn't see him, and that might be one of the biggest kills of the entire map so far, Maven. Wuskin should have just been shot in the back. Streak ended. Instead, now he's got Fighter Pilot and Glide Bomb and Unilad within 20.
Oh, Tommy's going to watch that back and be a little bit frustrated. Wow. Fortunate series of events for Wuskin and Unilad, and during this entire thing, they had the great hold. Now doing excellent in Restaurant. They might actually take the lead here, and they got the streaks, Jack.
Vance has slowed down a little bit. Tommy has slowed down a little bit. And because of that, look at the score from over a 1-minute lead down to just 3, and Unilad will get the rest of the scrap time, it appears. If they can have one solid rotation here, Maven, towards this winery hardpoint, use one of these streaks to their advantage, they could begin to run away with this game.
All right, let's watch Wuskin. He's definitely going to call something in here. Just waiting for his teammates to get in position. You got to think he's going to play behind this for one. Well, now as Shawnee dies, he's probably not going to invest it. He's going to push up. 2 of his teammates drop. Now he can't use the streaks. So they're going to hold him for another hard point. Look to be in a good position. Okay, now they're going to call him in. So one spawn's close. Doesn't get anybody in white with that, but they are trying to fly through. Scraps, Moose getting kills. Shawnee now flooding in as well. Can he win a one-on-one with Tommy? We've got Felony here to deal with as well. He weakens one, finishes one, knows he's in white. Should be able to pick up both kills. Excellent stuff from Shawnee in the back. Wuskin picks up a kill in the front, and Unilad broken.
That's the best thing you can ask for if you're a Unilad fan. You know, the first couple kills don't go in your favor, but what I love is that Wuskin gets into ammo and sees his teammates are spawning at that close courtyard area. So once that happens, they get the green light. Hey, we're flooding 3 down the back street, calling that glide bomb. He calls out where the players are, and from then it's easy cleanup. Unilad now up by 30+ seconds, and they have another streak that they're going to use right away to try to break this next setup.
I thought they might save it for the next, but they just want to use it here. If he can get a couple of kills, this would be huge. He actually does get 2. Is anyone going to be able to influence the spawns? He tries to push forward, 1 to spawn out. So Vance is going to fly out. You are going to have a 3-on-1, kind of 3-on-2 by the hard point. Mad Cat, though, trying to go big inside. As Moose pre-fires the back, he still hasn't been able to finish the kill. And Mad Cat is going to go enormous there.
What a play from Mad Cat. You saw him get swarmed by 3 players. Single-handedly kills 2, stays alive long enough that he gets help from his teammates who have just spawned out near ammo. The Fighter Pilot is used for nothing on the side of Unilad.
Yeah.
Splyce hold the rest of this time, they'll be back in the lead.
And I mean, you got what you needed to. You got 2 kills, you got 1 player to spawn out. I mean, the Fighter Pilot did its job. It was just everything after the Fighter Pilot that fell apart. And that's really just, yeah, Mad Cat and Felony doing the dirty work around the hard point. But here we go, lead back to Splyce. Felony, Mr. Mid-Map, trying to win a couple of gunfights, but will ultimately fall. Shawnee is just melting people right now.
Felony started this game 1-6, now 17-16.
I'm actually shocked. Shawnee's like -4. I think every time we've gone to him, he's like getting 2 pieces. Yeah. Somehow he's still -5.
Slaying very, very even between these teams. A score very even. This can still go either way. I don't believe anyone has any score streaks to use to try to swing this lookout post hardpoint to their advantage. 180 to 180 the score. Splyce now in control of the hill.
Well, that time Tommy able to find the prone player, picks him up back green. Splyce looking to lock down some time with just under 30 seconds remaining here at lookout post. They've got a nice setup, but Vance is going to have to go big as he's in a one-on-one there on the opposite side with Moose. Looks like Moose is just waiting for his teammates to come help him out. Moose does finally win that gunfight. It's big because Mad Cat just needs that 1 kill. Isn't able to get baited into him. We'll see if he can pick up those streaks, though.
Yeah, you can see Mad Cat, how passive he was playing it initially, hoping someone would just walk into his sights here, trying to challenge Shawnee. That's not going to happen. He won't get the assist either. So no streak earned off of that. If Vance wins that one-on-one gunfight inside that bottom red area, he would have earned at least 1.
And the problem here is, like, you need Mad Cat involved when you're trying to break this hard point. Like, this is one where you have to flood, you have to push through. And he's so worried about picking up these streaks right now, he's been basically uninvolved for the opening 15 seconds of this hard point.
Yeah.
It's just a bloodbath inside. They're basically fighting 3v4 for restaurant. You're not going to win it in there. I understand you need to get the streaks, but it's just got to be frustrating right now as they're kind of down a man in this battle.
Here's the chance. He's waiting for one of his teammates to begin to push on up. Shawnee, 1 shot. Mad Cat on the pinch, gets the first kill. Does earn 2 streaks. Splyce still in the lead. This next rotation is going to be the entire game, Maven. But look, Shawnee earned streaks of his own.
Shawnee got some streaks. Mad Cat got some streaks. I was just talking about Shawnee being -5. He goes on a 6 streak, and suddenly he's right back to even.
This is about to be a 1-second game.
1-second game, and this is probably going to be streaks coming in from Shawnee and then maybe counter streaks from Mad Cat. I'm curious if Mad Cat will pop streaks as soon as he hears something coming in.
Here it comes. Spots 2 of the players. Vance now dead. They know exactly where the others are, and the close spawns for Splyce. Fighter pilot used, no retake yet from Unilad, 228 to 218.
Here we go. This is the counter streak to pick it up. He didn't actually even have to call it in. He's getting pushed, so he just goes gun up. He actually finds 3 kills during that. Shawnee, though, still on his streak. Will invested. He kills his teammate and picks up Tommy. But look at this, an artillery gets dropped out in the field, so they're trying to push through the front. They're actually a couple able to get around him, but Mad Cat now also calls in his fighter pilot. There's the big streak coming in, but he invests 2 inside of this. You now need 10 more points, and you're flooding in. They can win it here, Jack.
They're trying to flood in, but look, the artillery is perfectly placed from Shawnee. Zoning out everybody. Players, kills the entire team, and now the rotation towards this parking lot hardpoint will come in. Still winnable for Unilad. Splyce trying to push through. These next 2 gunfights will be everything. Tommy with the entry. There's a second from Vance. Splyce flooding on in. Unilad do get the close spawn, but they only have time for 1 more push.
This is it. Just a couple ticks needed for Splyce. Moose just has to sprint in. He gets hit, but he's got his teammate Shawnee looking over him. They broke it in for the time being, and Splyce now spawning out. This is still doable for Unilad. Do you have 1 streak left for Mad Cat? Does he still have the glide bomb?
I don't believe so. I think he used
okay. So, wow, they use... that's right, yeah.
This from Vance. Vance going for the long pinch. 247 to 233. Vance actually the only one left, and they know they've got to begin to flood from the front. This is absolutely possible if you are Unilad. Vance still staying alive. Mad Cat with the entry. Wuskin needs to stay alive. Finds the one, finds the second, and Unilad are going to do it. They're going to take map number 1, 250 to 247.
Wow, what a shootout that was towards the end. All the streaks